Hyrule Warriors is a chaos mesh of Zelda put together for you, the player. The goal is simple: destroy all the bad guys and save Hyrule. But that isn't the only goal in this tactical hack-and-slash Dynasty Warriors type of game. However, the question must be asked, is this game worth buying or rebuying if you've already played through the Wii U version or the 3DS version? Today I will be reviewing Hyrule Warriors, and you will know if this is an amazing addition for your Nintendo Switch or an amazing letdown. I will be reviewing this game, as always, with the 5 pillars of gaming: gameplay, graphics, story, sound, and control. So let's see how this version stacks up against the rest. What's the story here? An individual with great powers had a split-up persona due to a desire to be with Link, and was manipulated into serving Ganon to free him from his eternal prison. Not really a shocker here. Ganon's a bad guy, and bad guys do bad things. Several portals that are being opened through different time periods and ages. It unfortunately brings Link's greatest enemies from various Zelda games into the Zelda universe that he is currently in, but it also brings his greatest allies in, making it so that you can once again save Hyrule, because you now have the help of all of the creatures, sages, anything from the Zelda universe on your side and against you at the same time. It's a pretty cool idea if you ask me. So you'll be fighting against enemies like Zant and Giram, but you will of course also be facing Ganon ultimately. But you'll also be able to use characters like Young Link, Impa, and Zelda. These characters are all unique though. They have their own special abilities, combos, and skins as well. They're not just copies or clones of each other. This gives the game a really fresh feel and keeps it from becoming stale, because you're not stuck with Link the entire time, only through certain missions that require him, and they are far and few between. Hyrule Warriors as a base game is very similar to old world battlefields, with a few heroes ruling the field and destroying hordes of enemies. It's kind of like a legendary game. Hyrule Warriors, there you go. So we have ourselves a game that is a hack and slash, requiring you to defeat thousands of enemies to gain ground against the impeding darkness, with the collaboration of Zelda games put into one. That would be tons of Zelda content in a game where you could just cut them all up and destroy them all. It's really a dream come true for a lot of Zelda fans. This is essentially the base gameplay of Hyrule Warriors, a giant map with many battles happening at the same time, and you're given the choice if you want to go somewhere that would need you for various reasons. Should you take keep that is being attacked? Should you go and find the treasure on the map? Or should you achieve a high kill score by defeating as many enemies as you can? These are all choices given to the player, and there are extremely difficult challenges and challenging modes available to you to make said choices and be rewarded for doing them properly. And you have to decide what the best option is for what each map is and each mission. One of the biggest issues with the original Hyrule Warriors was not the gameplay but the graphics, which means the Nintendo Switch would have to do something amazing, as the original did have pretty good graphics as well, but was limited with the Wii U. And I'm pleased to tell you that the graphics on the Switch version look massively crisper, at least to me, and the frame rate is much more consistent. On the Wii U, playing co-op would require graphics to drop frame rate, limiting the enemies that would appear on the battlefield as well. I mean, at times the frame rate would drop below 30, and you would notice it. I played co-op on the Switch version, and I'm happy to say that it does feel like a solid 60 FPS, 1080p, crisp at times. Very few FPS drops. Even when action got real heavy, I just didn't notice it as much as I did on the Wii U version. It's a really great experience for you and a friend, or, well, if you want to play alone. I mean, yeah. Really, at the end of the day, this game is really a lot better to be played with a friend, but you can still go through it alone if you don't really want to bring along a friend, or you don't have any. What? The audio retains that Zelda goodness with keynotes which are very familiar, from chess music that plays when you open it, to the iconic grunts Link yells. This sounds like Zelda through and through, and the music even conforms to situations very, very well. Getting tense during a very rough situation, and brightening up for the inevitable victory. So finally, we have the controls, and the controls work exceedingly well in this game, with a very simple interface that maps button presses to what you need them mapped to. The control style lets you perform complex combos easily. It allows you to access their items, it allows you to swap characters on the fly, and all without hampering or stopping the action, which is a really, really good thing, because you really want the flow to go well in this game. Sadly though, the split screen is a really, really bad part of this game. Originally because the Wii U had two screens at one time, and the console that you would be driving the game with would be the Wii U, you could essentially be playing two versions of the game at once, one on the pad and one on the TV. With your Switch, it is playing a game, and therefore you cannot play it on the screen if you take the Switch out of the dock, which means it would be unfortunately forced into split screen mode, because again, you can't play the game without the Switch being on the dock on the TV. So the screen is cramped for a game like this to be split screen, which requires a really nice view of what's going on. I would have liked to have seen a connection option for two switches, and the second one be on the second player screen. Some type of Bluetooth connection, Wi-Fi, whatever they could have come up with. It would have been really, really nice so that your friend could have brought over his Switch, and you both could have played Hyrule Warriors on one Switch, but have two separate screens. So while the co-op screen isn't really an ideal solution, it works. You could still use it, you can still play the game, and it's still fun for two players. It's just not ideal. And there are some strange control additions to this game as well, like forcing players to press the A button on the title screen to activate the placement of amiibos, which is extremely clunky and can cause a ton of mispressed buttons because it doesn't recognize the amiibos as well as it did on the Wii U for whatever reason. I don't know why. As well as the second player having no controller whatsoever over who they pick, their weapons, anything. It just requires the first player to make all the decisions. Yeah, the second player has full control of their character when they're playing the game, but not on the character selection screen for some reason. I don't know why that's a thing. It's very, very strange. So Hyrule Warrior Definitive Edition adds all the previous DLC, along with several new enemies, characters, basically rolling together the Wii U and 3DS version while making a few tweaks and additions here and there. If you own the original Wii U edition and felt it was lacking with the DLC added, you will likely enjoy this one, as it has the 3DS elements to the game also. But this is an extremely lengthy game. There are multiple modes, maps to conquer, with many missions, as well as free mode and the main story mode, which requires multiple playthroughs to unlock everything. And for $60, if you're a new player or a hardcore Zelda fan, you probably really enjoy this game. But if you're already burnt out from the Wii U or 3DS versions, you will probably want to skip it. You will really want to skip it because you're going to be doing a lot of the same stuff you did in those games. So if you already completed the Wii U version, yeah, unless you're a die-hard fan of this game, probably not going to be enjoying it that much. I give Hyrule Warriors an S rating. It does everything perfectly while utilizing the Switch's hardware as well, and allows for the maximum content to be given to the players at the same time. $60 for this game is really impressive for what they've done. Well done, Nintendo and Koei Tecmo. You did a really great job with this game, and if you're a Zelda fan, you will be happy to have another Zelda game for your Nintendo Switch. So I'm Protomario, and I'm signing out, and if you agree with this review, make sure to leave me a big like, And leave your comments section below. Tell me, are you enjoying this game? Did you like the Wii U version? Did you like the 3DS version? And did I miss any of the downfalls to this game or really positive things that I should have mentioned? You let me know. As always, good gaming, God bless, and I'll take it over to the end card slate. So, you can watch another video or a different game review if you want to. So I'll see you guys here next time, and I really appreciate you viewing this video.